Hi, everybody. Tony, No Guts, No Gluten here, drinking from my brand new can koozies. They have the QR code on the back. Excuse me. All right. Welcome back. Tony, No Guts, No Gluten. Today we're going to be doing some gluten-free zucchini bread. And I'm going to add nuts and chocolate chips to mine. The recipe doesn't call for it, but I'm going to add some. And I got this recipe from Mama Knows Gluten-free. So we'll get rid of these. Better glasses on or off? What do you guys prefer? Leave me a comment. I'm going to double this recipe. So it's basically 2 cups of grated zucchini. And I went ahead and grated the zucchini already. So if you have a food processor, go ahead and do it in a food processor with a grated blade, or the old-fashioned way with the old knuckle scraper. This thing, I like my knuckles the way they are, so I use the food processor. And so we need 2 cups of that, 4 large eggs, 1 cup of vegetable oil, 1.5 cups of sugar, and then you watched the channel before, so you know I use Splenda blend in all my baking. Haven't had a problem with it. And also for the brown sugar, Splenda brown sugar. And then 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1 teaspoon baking soda. This calls for lemon zest. I don't have any lemons, so I'm going to leave that out. 2 tablespoons of ground cinnamon and 3 cups of all-purpose flour. And if the flour doesn't have xanthan gum in it, you can add it. I always add, a little extra. Doesn't hurt. I think it helps with the baking. And that's it for the ingredients. So, like I said, I doubled this recipe. And when you go to print this out, it'll have 1, 2, or 3 times the recipe. So you just click on that before you print it out, and it prints out what you need. So, all right, I'm going to get everything measured out and in a bowl. And once I do that, I'll be back. All right. Let me bring you down, show you what I got. I got the wet ingredients, the eggs, the sugar, the oil, the brown sugar, which is also the Splenda and Splenda blend sugar, and the vanilla. That's all in here mixed up. All in here is the dry ingredients, gluten-free flour, xanthan gum, cinnamon, baking powder, baking soda, salt. And I just whisked that together, or you can sift it, just sift it. So we're going to combine these two. And we preheated our oven to 350. And then we're going to just fold this together. Try to keep it in the bowl. And then once we got this combined, we'll add the zucchini. Scrape the sides. And if you wanted to use a mixer for this, you could. But if you need a good workout for the day, an arm workout, all right. That seems pretty good. Now we're going to add zucchini, and that was 2 cups. I'm just gonna go ahead and just dump this into a bowl so it's easier to scoop. And this is unpeeled, and the recipe says you do not have to squeeze this out. So if you like more zucchini, go ahead and add a little bit more. I think the moisture of the zucchini will help with it being dry, because anybody knows gluten-free tends to be a little dry. So that was 1. 2. I think I'm just going to add the rest because there's only a half a cup. And what am I going to do with a little bit of shredded zucchini? So hopefully it doesn't ruin how it comes out, but we'll find out. And then just give that a quick toss. Again, keep all your ingredients inside the bowl, Tony. I'm just scraping the sides real quick. All right. Now this part's optional. Like I said, the recipe doesn't call for it, but I'm adding chocolate chips and nuts. So I'd say about a cup. And then for the walnuts, you can break these up, big, small, however you like. Like the bigger pieces, I'm going to break up. All right, now we got that all mixed up. There's about, and again, you know, it's your bread. You can add as much nuts, no nuts, these nuts, as you know, much or as little or as none as you want. So we're going to take 2 loaf pans here, and it says after you or before you put anything in, go ahead and spray your pans. And again, gluten-free spray. A lot of the sprays have flour in it, so you got to make sure you know that your spray doesn't have flour in it. So gluten-free spray. Now, if you wanted to measure it out so they're equal, yeah, you can start by like put a cup in one, well, this is basically 2 cups. And we go, and we're going to bake this for 45 minutes. So I'll bring you back when I go to check them. All right, that was 45 minutes. Now we're going to go check to see if we need to throw it in longer, keep it in longer. All right, it could use probably about 3 to 4 more minutes. So I'm going to leave it in for 3 or 4 minutes, and then we'll be back. All right, both of them are out. As you can see, it has a nice little crack down the middle like the recipe said it should. And a toothpick test went in and come out clean. So we're gonna let these cool down, and we'll let them cool down for probably about 10 minutes. Then take them out of the pan and let them cool down on the rack for about 5 more minutes after that. And if it's still too warm to touch, it's still too warm to cut. So we'll judge that when we turn them out. All right. All right. I think the bread cooled down a little bit. This one stuck a little bit. Excuse me. So make sure you spray your pan, or maybe even use Crisco in your pan. So let's give this a cut. Looks like all the chocolate chips sunk to the bottom. So probably could use a little bit, cool down a little bit more. Oh yeah, she's still hot in the middle. And maybe, even though the toothpick did come out clean, and maybe could have used a couple more minutes in there. But that's what she looks like. So let's give this a taste. Take these off again. All right. Definitely smell the zucchini. And chocolate chips, nuts. Yeah, I'd say that's a winner. Good. Oh, no, that's a different recipe. All right, there you have it. Zucchini bread made with Splenda sugar and brown sugar Splenda. Pretty easy. And that was the, I think Mama Knows Gluten. Yep, Mama Knows Gluten-free, the website. So don't be afraid to try something. I guess instead of looking down, I can bring you up. All right, I'm going to go finish enjoying my zucchini bread. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be bringing videos, 1 or 2 a week. And if there's something you'd like to see, let me know. I'll make it. If I can, I'll fake it. All right, till next time, Tony, no guts, no gluten. Like and subscribe.